Hi, beautiful collective. Let me just bring this closer. Welcome to another evening of readings. I wanted to do things a little bit differently today. I did set up this live on TikTok, so that was pretty cool. But before I get started, I just want to say first and foremost, hi, welcome. My name is Jennifer. Nice to meet you. I'm a Reiki master, intuitive reader, intuitive body worker. I work out of Little Silver at Temple Skincare and Body. I also just published a book, God and You, All That Is, All You Are, and Everything in Between. It's really a guidebook to help people release deep-seated trauma and also ascend to higher levels of consciousness. So that being said, we're going to get started with this reading. The theme for the reading, which was guided to me by God, is collective events for the future, right? So essentially things that are to come that we can expect on a collective level. Wow. Popped out very fast. So let's keep going. All right. So while I get these set up, I also want to know what came in was that prepare to see a lot of structures dismantled. Okay. So this is, wow, a collective reading. Whew. Okay. So for, how long are we going to say? What you're going to see happening within the collective are a lot of deaths, okay? And when I say deaths, what I mean is transformations, okay? The transformations that are going to be taking place are happening because things are being balanced on a global scale, okay? With the Two of Pentacles here, it quite literally means things are coming into balance. And the reason why things are coming into balance is quite literally because the Divine Feminine has finally stepped up and stepped into her true power. Okay, the Divine Feminine within all of us. Let us be mindful of that. Okay, when we allow ourselves to embody the Divine Feminine, we not only nurture, but we provide and we protect, not only on an emotional level, but in the spiritual world. Okay, so this is very major. I'm sorry that there's a glare. So we have the Judgment card with the Queen of Wands. Okay, so Divine Feminine rising, and because of this, long held structures are going through major transformations. Okie dokie. And a lot of the time, so whenever these things start to happen, what I'm feeling is that we will see even things around us start to break down, right? And the things around us that start to break down only break down because quite literally they're leading us into higher timelines, okay? With the World card coming out, that's quite literally major transformations. And God's also highlighting, I quite literally did say like on a global level, and here's just more confirmation. Yes, this will be happening on a global level with the world literally coming out right at the very end. Okay. At the top, we have Page of Wands, Five of Pentacles, both reversed, Ten of Swords upright. Underneath that, we have Two of Swords, Nine of Wands, Three of Swords, all upright. Then Eight of Swords, reverse, Knight of Wands, up, World up. Okay. So right now, what we're feeling is we have Page of Wands, Two of Swords, and Eight of Swords. So many of us right now might be feeling this sense of urgency, okay? Feeling like there's something shaking beneath the surface, something that we can't really see, but there's something going on, right? I know a lot of us in this collective have been feeling like there is something quite literally going on. If you are tuned in and tapped in, you will be able to pierce through the veils to see what is actually taking place. I'm also hearing though, like there are certain things that you will be able to witness depending on your level of consciousness. Okay, so that's another thing to take into mind. But if you're feeling this sense of urgency or like things are shifting beneath your feet, it's because quite literally things are shifting on a global level because the veil of illusion has quite literally dropped. We are no longer seeing ourselves as separate from the whole. Okay, this is another beautiful thing that the divine feminine brings in. It brings in unity. Okay, it anchors us into a more centered approach on matters of the physical world, the material, which is the material world, but also in the mental and the emotional sphere. And when we have that type of congruence within not only our energy field but our thoughts and our emotions, we quite literally cause cataclysmic events to take place, and not in a negative way, right? Cataclysmic events to take place, and not in a negative way, right? These cataclysmic events that are taking place are simply the earth just mirroring the changes that are happening within us. And so it's nothing to be feared, because this is something we've been waiting so long for, because we're no longer in the dark, right? This is where we're headed, and the earth quite literally at this time is asking everybody to step up, right? Step up and really unblind yourselves to what it is you've been defending for so long, and also where it is you're placing your energy. Are you defending the people that have been breaking your heart this entire time? Are you defending the people that are anchoring this painful energy, this painful timeline, this fear-based timeline in? Is that who you are defending? Or are you defending throat chakra? Somebody does not want me to say this. Clear. Whew. Whew. We're going to clear everybody here too. Whew. Okay, so are you defending the things that actually bring more light into this world? Are you defending the things that bring balance, that bring healthy transformation, right? That bring us into a higher level of ascension, of a higher level of consciousness? That's where the earth is quite literally asking you, and even God, your soul, your spirit team, everybody, the whole universe is quite literally all eyes on us. And it's where are you going to go? Where are you going to choose? Which way are you going to move, right? When I say all eyes on us, I mean quite literally all eyes on us. All parts of this universe, but not only this universe, it's the spirit realm is heavily invested. Oh my goodness, they're actually going to do it this time. We also have multi-dimensional intergalactic communities that are gazing upon us at this time, and even meeting with starseeds I'm hearing on the Dreamtime state, and I'm getting full body chills. Okay, so if you are noticing that you are having some very interesting dreams that are very, again, my throat chakra. If you are noticing that you are having some very interesting dreams where it's almost so realistic and so lifelike, and as soon as you wake up, you are remembering everything, those are quite literal divine downloads for your soul to recognize certain things, okay? And I want you to keep in mind, and they want me to mention that all of your likes and dislikes are clues to unlocking who you are. Okay. So we're going to keep going. So I know that I had already mentioned that we're going to start seeing a lot of social and even economic systems start to break down. And the reason why they're going to start to break down is because we are quite literally moving out of one parallel, one dimension of reality into another one. We went through a major shift in the last couple of days. Okay, it really happened on August 31st. There was a major event that took place on an etheric level. There were people on this planet who were doing grid work of some sort, and they quite literally helped seal the grid. Okay, and the way that they sealed it was, I'm seeing they sealed it with Christ light, the Christ consciousness, the gold light. Okay, so that in itself was sealed. So that's another reason why we are all on a collective level going to be moving into this a lot faster, and you're going to see these systems start to break down a lot faster as well. Very interesting. So let's keep going. The focus now is going to be on us. Okay, what can we expect? I'm hearing more on a physical level. So they want me to use a full deck. All right, physical level. Hi everybody, I hope everybody's having a beautiful evening. My name is Jennifer. Nice to meet you. I wrote a book. It's on Amazon, God and You, All That Is, All You Are, and Everything in Between. Not only is it a chapter book, but it's a guidebook to help you release trauma, also get closer to God, also access higher levels of consciousness and understand dreams, numbers, all the fun stuff. Okay? But let's keep going. So this is what we're going to expect. Wow. What we're going to expect on a physical level. Okay? So on a physical level, not only so we had the judgment come out before. Okay? We had the judgment come out before because this was the divine feminine rising, right? Okay? On a physical level, look what's coming out again, judgment. When the judgment comes out on a physical level, this quite literally speaks of DNA, ascension. Okay? This speaks of us unlocking higher clairvoyance gifts. I'm hearing telepathy, okay? Being able to communicate with plants, people, places, and things, okay? And I'm even seeing the wind is starting to pick up. Your connection to Mother Earth itself. You will start to recognize how close of a relationship you can actually cultivate with the earth around you in such a deep way. And they're asking me to stop there because it's gonna differ from person to person. Okay, so that is one example. Another example that we're gonna see on a physical level take place is we're gonna start to see ourselves really step up into leadership potentials, because we are no longer gonna be viewing ourselves and even the world at large from this hurt ego wounded, right? I'm hearing more of us leading from our heart and less of the ego. So that is another thing collectively that we are going to experience on a physical level. And I know I said physical and I'm saying ego. The reason why I'm saying ego is because the ego is tied into our physical body as well. Okay? Ooh, that's a mouthful. So that's pretty cool. So not only are we going to see like these major global systems that have been wreaking havoc for so long start to disintegrate right before our very eyes, but at the same time, we as a collective physically are quite literally going through crazy shifts. Okay. Some of us, they want me to continue on the physical shifts that can be taking place. Okay. Other things that you may be able to see when this happens. Your physical body might go through periods of rest and then recharge. And what I mean by this is you will quite literally start to feel like you are very sluggish, but it's a different kind of sluggish. It's almost like you're so exhausted, but you kind of want to keep going, but you know you shouldn't keep going. But it's not burnout, okay? When you experience this, it's not only on just a mental level, you can literally feel it in your entire physical body, where your physical body might even feel like 15 pounds heavier, okay? And what's happening to you at that very moment is your body is recalibrating energetically. So as it recalibrates energetically, your body quite literally needs to slow down into like a stasis, right? Into almost a 0 point field. And how can we get into that 0 point or theta state of like relaxation and out of body is to slow down, okay? So if at any point in the last couple of days or in the next couple of days you feel your body start to be like, oh my God, like what is this? I'm literally being like, trust and know you are upgrading. That's all it is. You are upgrading. And also by listening to me, you will most likely be upgraded because I am a catalyst for people as well. So congratulations. Other things that you will be experiencing, they're saying heightened intuition, okay? You will start to see things in your mind's eye before you actually experience them. You might start to think of somebody's name and then all of a sudden they call you, or you might download song lyrics into your mind that all of a sudden reminds you of a memory that is your answer for something that you were thinking of like maybe 15 minutes prior, okay? That might start to happen more. Another thing that might start to happen is you might actually start to feel physical sensations in and around your physical body, such as tingles, chills, flashes of energy that literally just feel like a cold burst going through your entire nervous system. And the reason why you feel it in your nervous system is because your nervous system is made out of pure light. okay? So in that light state, in that quantum state, it's downloading this information, and as it downloads into you, that rush of energy creates a burst, and that's why we're like, whoa, cold chills. Okay, I don't know if you can see it, but okay. So also very cool. Let us continue. What else wants to come through? Oh, allow yourself when you're going through these changes, okay, allow yourself to have grace with it, all right? Because while you're going through these changes, a lot of times when we go through these ascension cycles, right, because everybody ascends in consciousness, every time you decide to do something differently, you are technically ascending or descending, but I feel like this collective is most likely ascending, okay? So as you are going through these things, allow yourself to have grace, okay? Because while you are going through these things, sometimes the things that we thought we fully let go of will just rear its ugly head a little bit. And the reason why it's doing that is simply because it's letting us know, like our physical body is just letting us know, hey, by the way, we have a slight attachment to said person, place, event, emotion that's bubbling up to the surface, and it's just going. This is the last of it going. As it's going, allow it to go. Do not attach a story to it, right? Because it's going so you can let it go, not so you can reminisce on it and call it back in. Okay? Chills. Very good message. All right. So what else would like to come through? This is a very important time also on a collective level, I'm hearing, because while we're going through these changes, you're going to see a lot of these radical shifts start to take place in and around you, but also more like in and around your immediate circle, okay? So they're saying this shift, as it's happening, will create ripple effects and domino effects in and around your field, all right? As you activate into higher levels of awareness or consciousness, you then in turn vibrate at higher levels of awareness. Remember, our body is simply just vibrating and oscillating particles of light, okay? And as we are ascending into higher levels of consciousness, we start to vibrate at higher levels. So when we start to vibrate at higher levels, we naturally, it's almost like I'm seeing sparkles of light just flowing off of somebody. Okay, you know what they're actually burning in my mind's eye? The movie Twilight, when he's in his wolf body and he goes in the sun and he's like, oh, it's like that. Oh, okay. So that's like what's going to start to happen as we ascend in consciousness. And those rays of light that we're emitting quite literally start to intermingle and interlay and interweave with everything that we encounter, whether it's people, whether it's animals, whether it's your physical space, whether it's the materials that you're reading, okay? Whether it's crystals. I think I have a crystal in my pocket. Whether it's crystals, okay? All of these things start to then interact with you in such a different way because you are vibrating at such a different level. And as you allow yourself to surrender to these changes within, you then allow yourself to download even higher levels of gifts, even higher levels of intuition, even higher levels of awareness, which help you bridge concepts that you normally wouldn't bridge. Okay, you become multidimensional. And when you become multidimensional, you start operating from a state of being that is very, very different than what we're used to. Okay, so while you're doing this, just have patience with yourself, because things come up. We all have things. They're gonna come up. Okay, so while they come up, just allow them to come up and just have fun. Just really have fun. What helps a lot, drinking water, lots of water. Okay, water is highly conducive of electricity, okay? So therefore, the more water you drink, the easier it is for the energy to assimilate within your body and also within your DNA, okay? So water becomes your best friend while you're going through these activations. And not only just drinking water, being in water. If it's raining outside and you feel called to go outside, go outside. There's a reason why you're being called to go outside. If you feel called to put your feet in warm water and just soak your feet, maybe with some Epsom salt, maybe with some salt, maybe with some magnesium, whatever it is that you are being called to do, trust that that is the guidance that you're receiving for a specific reason. Okay? Trust. The name of the game, especially in this plane, is trust. We have to learn to trust. Not only start trusting in God, but trusting in our highest self and trusting in ourselves to attain those levels. Because it's totally possible, right? Jesus is coming into mind. He probably wants to come forward to say like, hey, I am just like you. There is no such difference between you and I other than me allowing myself to exemplify the Son of God. That's it. He allowed himself to be. He allowed himself to surrender his consciousness to the consciousness of God, to the consciousness of the divine, and induce by, sorry, it's going so fast, and in doing so, he has then allowed himself to surpass any limitations of this human existence or this plane of existence. Because he's no longer operating from this plane of existence, right? He started operating from the consciousness of God. And he simply did that to show us, hey, I'm like you. I was born too. Came out the womb just like you. You could do it. I got you. Watch, I'll show you. And I got a notification. Okay? All right. This is so much fun. I hope y'all are having fun. I'm having fun. Let's keep going. Let's keep going. Interesting. Okay, so weird. They want me to bring my book out, God and You, All That Is, All You Are, and Everything in Between. Oh, the cover. Please don't be afraid of this cover, guys. I designed the cover. It's actually a painting that I made, but it was so hard for me to take the painting and make it a cover because the painting's metallic, and when you try and capture a metallic painting with a camera, if you don't have a fancy camera, and I don't, okay, I did it all myself, it was coming out terrible, so I had to use AI to render my painting as best as it could. Okay, so please don't be afraid. I'll explain the cover. So essentially what you see here is a girl. I use the girl because I'm a girl, okay? Everybody's like, you should use, I'm like, please don't hate me. I'm like, I designed it, I don't know. All right. So anyway, this female figure, she's a female because I'm a figure, remember? She's holding a mask. Now notice how everybody around her is wearing masks. And notice also how everybody around her is shaded out. But she has broken free of the illusions of the ego. And as in doing so, she's allowing her truest self to come forward now and be seen. Her gaze is up, right? There's an eye there, not to be scared of, right? We're not afraid of symbols because no symbol has power over us, right? The eye represents the eye of God, the all-seeing eye, the consciousness of God that sees and is all, okay? Her gaze upon the divine has allowed her to free herself from the ego, which unfortunately many people just surrender themselves to and live on and in a day-by-day experience. Okay, so that's why I designed that cover. And this cover honestly was a download to me one day from God. So I painted it, and honestly this whole big book was a download, and it was kind of crazy. But anyway, so it's on Amazon, and what they apart from explaining the cover, now what's kind of fun is I'm being asked to just open the page and flip and see what comes through. So we're going to see what message God wants to deliver through the book. Good? Good? Oh, what does it say? Oh, wow. Okay, so what's interesting is that we got a conversation with God. And the sentence we got was, these next few pages are for you, just you and God. Use it to write what you hear, what you feel, or simply what you've been needing to say to God. So God's basically like, I need you to take a time out tonight and have a quick one-on-one with me, because there are some things that I need to talk to you one-on-one about. Okay? So, do we want to tune into what those one-on-one things are? I'm hearing yes and a no and a maybe. We'll do, how about 2 cards? Alright, we'll do like a general theme. Deal? And then, they want a full deck. Full deck. We'll do full deck. Alright, my loves. We'll just do a final 2-card pull. Just gathering them. Alright. So the final message. Let's see. Final message. Keep going. You want it? Yep. Okay. Alright, so final message. Final message. So, in this conversation that God would like to have with you, some of the things that he will be discussing with you are the burdens that you are allowing yourself to continue to carry, even though you know that you have to let them go because they're not building you up at all. They're actually pulling away from the foundations that God's trying to provide you with 6 of Pentacles in reverse. Okay? Yeah. And some of you also have to learn how to forgive, right? God's going to talk to you about forgiving certain people that did you dirty, okay? But I know you can do it. And I know that if you need help, you can always reach out to me, or you can always purchase my book. Ew, that sounds so tacky, but honestly though, God don't play. Okay. But yeah. So what I'm seeing is that there's definitely some family cycles and some people, past loved ones I'm hearing. I'm also seeing this is a big collective. So literally it's somebody from every part of the block that needs to be forgiven. And being that this message is being listened to by so many people, God will specify exactly who those people are. But for some of you, it's literally from your childhood. Yeah, from like since birth. Okay? And then for others of you, it's more recent. Okay? All right. I love you. This was so much fun. I hope you enjoyed this. I will post it so anybody who came on afterwards, you can catch the beginning, because the beginning was more a collective reading about global events and what we can see going forward in the next couple of weeks. Very cool. I love you. Have a great night. Bye, guys. You're welcome.